Hello everybody, today we're going to do a beautiful makeup on Sharon. We've decided to use the Flawless Air. We'll also be featuring the brand new concealers that have just been launched. And we're going to use our matte eyeshadow and our beautiful intense lipstick in Tea Rose. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of a demo on how to apply all the products so that you can do it at home yourself. So first what I'm going to do is some primer. Now it's a great idea to use a primer on your skin before you start. It's going to make your makeup last longer, but it also gives a nice base for your makeup to attach to. So it actually glides on better and you use less foundation when you use your primer. And I'm just going to use the buffing brush that's in our brushes, and it's just a matter of blending that. It's clear so you can't see it, but it just gives you a nice base and it just blurs any little fine lines that you might have. And you just blend it all over and leave it for a few minute or so just to absorb into your skin. Now we're going to use the Flawless Air foundation. This is a beautiful foundation. It gives you an almost airbrushed look, and it's a serum, so it actually has ingredients in it that are anti-aging and moisturizing. So it's going to do all those little work of helping to repair your skin and keep it nourished while you've got your foundation on. But it's a full cover, but it's not thick and icky on your skin. It's just like silk when you wear it. It's just a beautiful, beautiful product. Now, little tip, because it has an eyedropper, this is how I usually use it. I like to empty the eyedropper first and then give it a little shake. Now, you don't want to shake it up and down because it'll go into the lid and you'll waste your product. So you always shake this one sideways to get it mixed, because when it's being a serum, it can separate a little bit and not be the thickness it's meant to be. And then you just get some in your eyedropper. Now I take it from the back of my hand. I use the back of my hand as my natural palette. You just drop some on. Now we can use the buffing brush that we just used for the primer, or you can use your beauty blender. But I'm going to put a couple of little spots on Sharon's face first. And we're using the beige today. You want to use a colour that is closest to your skin. And then I'm actually going to use the brush today. So you just want to work in almost a circular motion and blending that in. You want to work from the centre outwards. And you can see already that it's helping to even out the colour of Sharon's skin. And I like to put a little bit on top of the eyebrow as well, because when we do the eyeshadow, that's going to help to give a nice space for your eyeshadow to stick to. The great thing about this foundation is it's it's buildable. So if you find you have a little patch that needs a little bit extra, you can just put a little bit more where that is without making it thick all over your face. Bring it down just a little bit under your chin so you don't end up with an awful line. That's not what we want. And by working outwards, you're working towards the hairline, so you don't get a thick line in the centre. Got all that. Okay. Now, if you wanted to use your blender, you could, the way you use it is to press and roll. So you're not going to drag it across the face. You want to basically press it into the skin. So that's how you use your beauty blender. So you can always go over it with the blender once you've put it on with the brush, or you could just use the blender. Just gives you a nice even finish. Now the next step is your concealer. Now you use concealer after your foundation. You could sit in the mirror and put concealer over every little spot you thought needed concealing, and you'll find that your foundation would have covered 50% or more of it anyway. So if you use your concealer after your foundation, you're just going to blend it in. Now I'm using one of our brand new complete cream concealers. So it comes in 3 shades, and I'm using the middle shade, which is Sand on Sharon. There's a lighter one and a darker one. Now we're going to put a little bit to help around her eyes. So we're just going to put a little bit on from the inner corner underneath, and a little bit up towards the outside. Same on this side, and then we're just going to blend it in. Now we can use the Beauty Blender. You can also use the beautiful, gorgeous little brand new ones, but I haven't got them on me, so we're just going to blend. I'm just going to blend that nicely in, and that'll get rid of any dark circles, any shadows that are under her eyes. Easy as that. Now the next step is the brows. So this is one of our new brow pencils. So first we're just going to give the brows a little bit of a brush through. Get the shape. Now if you're not quite sure where to put your brow pencil, I'll show you a little tip that you can use. So you go straight up from the corner of your nose to the center, straight up, and that will show you where to start your brow. Then you go from the edge of your nose out, just out past your eye, and that's where you finish. And then if you take it from the nose through the middle of the eye, that's where the high point is. And it's basically then just filling in the dots. And you just want little feathery strokes to give you nice brows. Don't need to make big caterpillars across your face. And once you've done that, get your brush again and just brush it through. Get a nice shape. There you go. Now we're going to be using our beautiful matte eyeshadow palette, and it has gorgeous nude, natural sort of shades. So we're going to go with number 2 and some number 3, and the darkest colour is number 6. But don't be scared, we're just going to use a little bit of that one. So I'm just going to first of all get the biggest brush, our big fluffy brush, and with colour number 2, put some on your brush, give it a little tap so that you don't get a lot of colour in one spot. And you're just going to go press it on to start with, and then using almost like a windscreen wiper, you're just going to put it all over the eyelid, from the lashes just to above the brow, just under the brow. And these are lovely colours, especially being matte. They're give you a nice matte finish. Now you don't want to go past the edge of the eyebrow because you'll start to pull the eye down, and we don't want that. We want your eyes to look nice and open. So this gives you a nice base to work from. Next we're going to get this brush that's a little bit shorter. I think they call it just an eyeshadow brush. Here we go. So it's a little bit shorter than the other one, a little bit denser. And we're going to get our second colour, which is number 3. And this one's going to go just on the lid to the crease. So you're just going on the eyelid, just to the crease of the eye. And if you feels a little bit too heavy or not heavy enough, you can just add some more or just keep blending to get it to the colour you'd like. Okay. Now this colour I'm going to use is this number 6. It's a little bit of a pinky brown on the end, and I'm going to use that to put some contour back in Sharon's eyes. So get a little bit, I'm using the flat brush so that I can get a nice precise application. Now what you want to do is just lift the eyelid a little bit, and you want to go in the crease of the eye about half or 2/3 way along. And then we're just going to bring it back in on the corner a little bit, so it's almost like a letter C. Now don't panic if you think it's a little bit heavy, because we can easily blend it in. Blending is what you do. In the crease, and then back around the front. Back around the corner. Now, because Sharon has a little bit of a hooded eye, I'm going to take this up a tiny bit higher than I normally would, so that when her eyes are open, you can still see a little bit of the colour peeking through. I'm going to get the big fluffy brush again. I'm just going to blend all that so that it's nice and blended, so you don't have anywhere where it stops and starts. You want the colours to blend nicely together. And then I'm just going to get a tiny bit of this very light colour in the end. And I'm just going to put that just in under the brows, just to highlight and open Sharon's eyes. Now we're not using eyeliner today, but what you could do if you wanted to, you would put the eyeliner on the top lash and a little bit on the bottom. And I usually go about 2/3 of the way in. But what you can do if you're a little bit, especially if you're a little bit worried about eyeliner, get the little angle brush, so it looks like that, using the darkest colour that we used on the eyes, and just put it along the lash line. And open for me, Sharon, and I put a tiny bit in underneath. That way you've got the look of an eyeliner without the harsh line of a pencil. And if you wanted a little bit deeper colour, you could you could wet your brush and use it damp, and that's going to give you a little bit deeper colour. Okay, our next step is our mascara. So I'm going to be using our 4-in-1 mascara. It's really lovely mascara. It helps to thicken and lengthen the lashes, but it also has ingredients to help keep them nice and nourished as well. Now for hygiene, I'm just going to use my little applicator, but if it was your own mascara, you can just use the wand. Always have to be careful around the eyes. They've got lots of bacteria and germs. The last thing you want to do is to double dip or spread any germs between people. So you always use a disposable applicator if you're working on someone else and it's not their mascara. So what we're going to do is get Sharon to look down, and I'm going to do the top of the lashes first. And then you just roll it and a little bit of a zigzag. And then you're just going to zigzag it up. And mascara is just going to lengthen and thicken the lashes. And frame the eyes. by using the little zigzag, it just helps to coat the lashes better and also stops them clogging together. Get you to look up. Do a little bit on the bottom as well. I don't do a lot on the bottom lash, but it just finishes off the eyes. Now our next step is a bit of blush. I'm just going to use the bronzer today. So this is our beautiful bronzer. And get your big brush. And we're going to always tap it off so you don't have a lot on your brush. And we're just going to, from the middle of where the apple of the cheek is and upwards. And that's going to give Sharon a beautiful, healthy glow. It also puts a bit of contour back in her face because we've made it all one colour with the foundation. So we need to put some bit of contour back into her face and bring it up towards the temple. So it gives the illusion of her face looking longer and thinner. Isn't that right, Sharon?
Exactly.
Then we're going to use some of our face filter powder just to set the makeup. And you always want to just nice light dusting and always dust down. I'm just going to grab a cotton tip. Two seconds. A little bit of mascara on Sharon's eyelids, so we're just going to get that off. Then we've got some lipstick. So today we're going to be using our Velvet Lip Pencil in Lush Berry. And I'm using the Professional Artist Intense Lipstick in Tea Rose. So we're going to have beautiful, pretty pink lips. So with your lip pencil, if you're not sure where to do it, so put a little bit of a dot in the centre where the cupid bow is. And then in the centre where it goes up. And then you want to join those little dots on the to outline the lips. And if you can draw upwards from the outer corner inwards, you give the illusion of making the lips look fuller. Now I colour the lip in as well, and this helps give a better base for the lipstick, but it also means when your lipstick wears off, if it does, you don't end up looking a bit like a clown with just a line on the outline of your lips. Okay. And then we're going to finish with the lipstick. Now on this brush you have a little lip brush. Now you could just use your lipstick as normal, but when you use your lip brush, it'll last longer because you're getting into, it's a better finish on your lips. So. Then we're just going to finish off with a little bit of setting spray. Now, I might get Sharon a mirror and just check that she loves how her makeup looks before we set it all in case there's something that she'd like me to change. So we'll just grab her a mirror. Have a look at that, see what you think.
That's nice, very nice.
Okay, so once your model's happy with how it looks, she's happy with all the colours, finish it off with a little bit of our makeup setting spray, and this just helps to set your makeup and make it last all day. Now you just get her to close her eyes, you don't want to spray in her face, and just a couple of squirts away from it. And there we go, the gorgeous Sharon. So I hope that's helped you girls, and have fun with your makeup. Talk to you again soon. Bye for now.